YouTubers, Mama K back. Told you I'd be back. 3 videos in one day. How about that? You haven't seen me in a while and I came back. I'm actually going to try to start vlogging more. My life is pretty boring, but so are other people's lives and they vlog too. And you know what? As a kid, since I was a teen, I have always kept journals. I haven't done that in years. So I decided to do what these other people are doing too, is basically vlogging. I'm going to be doing my Dear Diary, my journals. You know what? I have no kids. I don't think I can have them. Tried for over 15 years. So, you know what? At least if I can't have kids, maybe some of y'all might remember me, and that might just be good enough. I don't know. I don't really care if I'm remembered. I just care if I make a difference maybe in anybody's lives. But that's not what this video is about. So, I needed some supplies. I don't like human interaction in public too much anymore because people are so negative. And I've gotten where I pretty much do all my shopping online. And it's just more pleasant and sometimes cheaper. Actually, a lot of times cheaper. And I was out of coffee. I said, you know what? I'm just going to buy some coffee online because we still have a little bit. And I can wait till, you know, the new coffee gets here because I have plenty to wait on. I don't drink it every single day. I love coffee to death. But I already have anxiety. And if my heart starts fluttering, I'll start shaking. Because I drink, like, I'm not fat. Again, like if you saw my other video, I'm not fat from overeating. I overdrink. I don't exercise, and I drink all day. I eat ice all day. I drink Coke all day. I'll drink tea all day. I love to drink. I drink my calories. But anyway, yes, I've been tested for diabetes before in the past, and I've just always been this way. I guess it's the texture of a dry mouth. Can't stand it. So I will even drink when I'm full. I just have to drink to keep my mouth wet. But anyway, so I was like, you know what, I need coffee. Eventually, let's just order it online. So I did. And I was like, you know what, let's try something different. Normally, I buy whatever's at the store. So, I bought something different this time. I thought it would be funny to try this thing because I always see it in movies. Like when someone's burying treasure or putting money in the tin can, it always, for some reason, most of the time is chock full of nuts. So I was like, you know what, I've never tried that. I just want to see what's used so often. Anyway, so that's what I got. It's a dark rose, so that's what I got. Anyway, but that's not what this video is about. Also, one of my purchases was, oh, you can't see it because it's on my phone. Crap. Well, also, one of my purchases is my cute little $6 phone case that I got that's like mint, like this color, but it's all this color in here, and then this part is gray. This is an older phone that is a Motorola, but the company won't give me an update for the system, so it's starting to slow down. Of course, all these companies control your phones, and they refuse updates to older phones because they want you to buy another phone. Anyway, so they quit sending updates to this phone, and so now I had to buy a newer phone that gets number 8.0. This one's stuck at 6.0. Anyway, that's here nor there. So I got a cute little new case. My favorite color is like that minty blue, like a robin's egg or periwinkle or Tiffany blue. I love that. Anyway, more on the blue side versus the green, but it's the bluish green. Not quite aqua, but it's around there. Anyway, that's all my phone cases are about that color. So I got that, and I got this cute little pop socket that has an elephant on it with, I forgot what you call that kind of, coloring, but it's where you're making shapes, and you just keep on making shapes. Anyway, inside the elephant, he's got all that, and he's gray and blue as well. So, that was one thing I got. I totally recommend going on Amazon to buy your cases, because even like this case was like under $10. I always find my cases around $5 to $8, and I get the double layer because it's hard plastic and then rubber for absorption of, you know, if you drop it. This helps to absorb. It also helps cushion if dropped this way a little bit on flat surfaces. Now if you drop it on rocks, not going to help you, but that's why on the front I get tempered glass. Where though if you go to like Verizon or AT&T, Cricket, wherever you go, normally if you buy like tempered glass, back at least when I tried to buy tempered glass, they wanted to sell me like one or two for $15 per sheet, and I was like, no. So I went online to Amazon. I go to like Mr. Shields. There's other companies, but Mr. Shields, you can buy the tempered glass, and you can get like a 2 to 3 pack, sometimes 4 or 5 pack for under $15 for that many of them. Normally, I can usually find 2 to 3 for like under $10. So that's what I do. And you know what I found out today? Stupid old me didn't even read the paper I was getting. I usually go through like one shield, one tempered glass every 6 months to a year. Like I had this phone for almost 3 years, but they quit giving updates and I finally just had enough of it, so I finally got another phone. And then I accidentally threw that phone in the fire. So obviously I had to get another shield. But what I just realized, if I would learn to read labels sometimes, is the Mr. Shield has actually a warranty on them. And you can actually send the glass in and they will give you another one back for free. Wish I'd known this. I mean, granted, I'm still saving money versus going to Verizon, but I could have been saving even more. I told my friend, I said, that's like losing a coupon for 25 cents at the counter. You lost a coupon. Even though it's not much, it's still something. Even though I still went to the cheapest store on the block, I still lost my coupon. Anyway, so that was one of my purchases. I'm happy with what I got. One important thing I did find is like the new one that I got right here made a big difference on some of my, looking for it. Some of my chargers have this kind of end. Thin, sleek, and then some of them have a more boxy end. Usually the charger that comes with the phone tends to have the end with the boxy, and that helps keep it firm in place. Tinker! Stop. He's licking his paws excessively. Anyways, and certain cases, if they're slim down here, it'll push your charger back out. So that's what was happening on the other one. It was a harder plastic, it was a harder rubber, I mean, down here, so it kept pushing it out. So I was like, great. I have to take it off every time I want to charge. Well, that was getting annoying, so that's why I ordered a new one. And this time I paid attention, and when I bought it, it said charger friendly. So that was highly important, and thank God this time it worked and it did fit. So now I know for future reference, when searching for cases, make sure it says charger friendly, or make sure you understand the dimensions down here, because sometimes if you don't have this charger and you have one of the other ones that are thicker, you're going to be having to take your charger off. I mean, take your cover off just to charge. And that's annoying. So, I was happy with my new phone case that came in. Now, the main event of why I bought some other things also, but the main thing that I wanted to brag about is when I was on Amazon, I was like, you know what, let's get some dogs some treats. I haven't got them treats in a while. Let's get them something. So I was looking for some kind of treat that they both can enjoy. I have a Dachshund who is around 6 to 8 years old. I'm not sure what. We adopted her at the SPCA. I'm always lucky in getting the dogs who need extra love. I mean, I'm lucky, but I'm unlucky. I always get the older dogs because they need more love, but they always have heartworms or something else happens later and they end up costing me so much money, but they're worth it. I may complain because it costs me, but in the end, they need love, and it never fails. Every year something happens and I gotta pay for something. Well, last year I adopted a Dachshund after our other dog had to be put down, and the Dachshund came along with tartar problems. She was raised, I guess, eating soft foods because for the first 3 days she would not eat dry food. I refuse to feed a dog dry food, wet food. That is a treat for them. That is not meant to be constant unless all their teeth are gone. It is not healthy for their breath. It causes tartar, and it's just not healthy for them at all. That's like if we only lived off of just cheeseburgers and cheese and just bacon. Yes, we will love it absolutely, but is it healthy? No. So, anyway, so I just had to wait her out. She didn't eat for 3 days, and on the third day, she finally ate. She was, eventually their nature kicks in and they're like, I'm going hungry, I have to eat now. And finally nature kicked in and told her to eat, and she ate what she was given. So now she eats dry food. It's a year later. She's been eating dry food. Now, don't think that I don't buy her wet food or whatever. Like once or twice a year, they get, wet food as a treat. But I tend to not buy any wet food or anything on occasion because they get spoiled every day. At night, when they come in from walking, at night before we all go to bed, even me and my husband, we have a treat. Some kind of treat, whether it's a beverage treat, it could be a cup of coffee, because we don't drink coffee often. We just don't make it a habit of trying to eat sweets or drink sweets all the time. I do enough of that with my sweet tea. Plus, I'm just not a big sweet eater. But every night we try to find something as a dessert. Just, I guess it's a mental thing. Same with the dogs. Every night they get a treat. It may be a rawhide. It may be a chew stick. Whatever. I'm so sorry. I suffer from allergies. It's all in my chest right now. Let me take another sip of coffee. Anyway, I'm also slightly asthmatic. Something right now is just getting me. But anyway, so back to the dog. We adopted her. She has tartar problems. Last year she had to have 8 teeth removed. She had an infection in her gums. And tartar does come back until you remove the teeth, because once tartar's in there and the gums, it just starts taking over. And sure enough, it's already come back, but I just don't want to have to pull her other teeth right now. So I feel bad for her because already she's got a tiny mouth, so she doesn't like a whole lot of big treats. And I feel bad for her because she doesn't get to do like my other dog does, or my other big dog in the past did. She doesn't get to act like a big dog and eat a big bone. If I find like a cow bone, she can't fit her mouth around it. So I saw something, I was like, you know what? I remember the store had these little deer antlers, and they're little bones that you can find, but some of them can be pretty slender. And I was like, you know what? I saw something, and I thought that's what this was. And I was like, but that's 2 of them for like around $3 to $4. I was like, that's doable. Normally when I find one is like $9 to $15, depending on the size and what type of animal. I was like, so that's a deal. Of course, me not reading it, got a surprise when I opened it. It was like, here you come, baby. It was supposed to be deer mixed with bison. I didn't know if that meant soaked in one and whatever, or if one was one and one was the other. But that should have been my clue. How can it be 2 animals? So I gave one to my younger dog, who disappeared over to the couch with it, and I thought he hid it, but I didn't pay him any attention, and gave the other to my elderly dog. She finally actually took it. Normally she does not eat treats because she knows her teeth can't handle it, and that's why I've always felt bad about her. And this time she actually was, going to town on it. 30 minutes later, I'm just like, gee, she's really working on it. And I'm like, but wait, how's half that bone? It looked, first of all, it was about this big. It came in this package. The bone was about this big. And it looked like a small bone of some sort. I didn't know where it would come from, because again, I don't know all my bones on animals. But it was in the shape of a bone and had the texture of like the bones I've bought in the past that were actual bones. Honestly, it looked like a bigger version, you know, of chicken legs when you eat a chicken leg. You know how they're about this long, but they're about that thin. Actually, it looked like a bigger version of that with the 2 knuckles, and then it just looked a little thicker than a chicken bone. But it looked just like the shape and everything. So I was like, okay, nothing, you know, normal. It smelled like it, looked like it, felt like it. Gave it to him. They did a good job. Next thing I know, 30 minutes later, she's got half of it gone. And I realized he still isn't chewing on his, and I want to know why. Couldn't figure out. I looked around for his bone. Never found his bone. And then I realized after about 30 minutes, I was like, no, I still ain't heard no crunching. I mean, she's crunching, but it's like a soft, like ice in somebody's mouth type of crunch. I'm just like, how is she chewing this up so well? I thought it would last her a few days. Like, it would take some work because she's going to have to use the back teeth and swap it around to her teeth. But how is she doing this so well? She was loving it. I've never seen her love a treat so much. So I was like, let me read the ingredients. So I got to reading on the page, and it was like wheat starch, which that means it's going to be the glue that holds the whole thing together. It's talking about vegetable glycerin, which is like a sweetener. Potato starch, again, is like a glue. Pea protein, so it's got peas in there. It's got natural flavors, venison, powdered cellulose, and then some other stuff, and oat hulls. And then it goes on to barley, wheat starch, bison. Again, it names everything that's in there. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So someone took all these ingredients and then cooked it into the shape. I guess they have some kind of mold that they pour these in, and they cook it, and it hardens up like a bone. But because it's not a complete bone anymore, and it's these ingredients ground down, it's actually can be broken apart in a different way. I was like, that's why she's able to eat it. Well, that's why the heck his disappeared so quick. His disappeared before I paid attention that he even ate it. I was like, you know what? I know these are for all dogs. They don't judge. But honestly, these should be marketed towards elderly dogs that have hardly any teeth, because she has small dogs. These were medium bones by Nylabone. They're called Natural Healthy Edibles and Wild Chew Treats Variety Pack. So I guess one was deer and one was venison. I mean, one was venison and one was bison. And let me take this part off. So that's what it looked like. And that's what it said. And I got them on Amazon for around $3 and some odd cents. So just say $4. Or maybe it was $2 and some odd cents and it was around $3. Let's just say around $3 and some change. Anyway, you get 2 of them. I would just suggest that if you have an elderly dog, it's the perfect treat to let them be like a dog again. To let them feel like they got something they can do again. It's the perfect toy, perfect snack, and it lasts 30 minutes to an hour. For him, it lasts seconds. So if you have another dog, make sure that you give them their treat first. Make sure it's like a harder Nylabone or something they're going to love to eat, like a rawhide pig ear. Pig ears normally last about that long for them. I would suggest giving younger dogs a tougher substance and then saving these bad boys for either the kids that are like maybe teething, don't have hard enough teeth to eat what an adult would eat, or the elderly dogs that may not have as many teeth anymore. It's not soft enough that if they have no teeth, but if they still have some teeth, they can use those few teeth left to work on this, because it will eventually crunch off. It's kind of like chewing on a, I'm guessing kind of like the equivalent of chewing on like maybe a candy cane or something. Eventually it'll crack if you suck on it enough. But, so yeah, that was my yay today. I was just like, I am so happy I found this, because even though it was an accident and I thought it was something else and it turned out to be something else, it was still happy. It was a happy accident. And I'm so glad that I found these, because now once or twice a month I can buy these for her. It's not something I would give her every day, price-wise. It's just not feasible for me to waste money every single day when she already gets treats here. Like I said, we don't feed them human food except for as a treat. We'll give them something about this much a night, our scraps or whatever, and then that's their treat. I try not to, raise my animals with too many treats, because A, they don't need to be fat and overweight. They're already thickening up. And then B, I don't want them to be so used to it. So they don't get it as a ritual either every single night. But sometimes at night they do get it as a dessert per se. But yeah, that was a happy accident. So just wanted to share it with you. Wanted to highly recommend that. Again, if you missed what I said, it was by the makers of Nylabone. It's called Healthy Edibles. They're natural, made of natural ingredients. Even the cornstarch and, not cornstarch, but wheat starch and stuff and all that. Everything's a natural ingredient. All these things, it's not like they're putting metal or whatever in it. But yeah, it says it's got 4% crude protein. It's got 4% fat. It's got fiber, moisture. And then one is venison and one is bison. So, and then it's got peas in it. Peas for the protein. It's got it wanted to add more protein. So it's got 3 types of protein: venison, bison, and then pea protein. I guess they just want to throw a little vegetable in there. Anyway, so I suggest that. Go on and check them out. Go on Amazon. Took me probably about a week to get it here. Everything else that I ordered got here in 2 days. So this took a little longer, but they didn't know anything better, so it's not like they knew it was on their way. It was a treat for them. So anywho, just want to share that with you. Talk to y'all later. Mama K out.